Hail and welcome back to a new video of a couple games that I played today. One in which I had a completely winning position, lost suddenly, even though I had a couple brilliant moves. And we're going to get into that game first. I go d4 in the opener, my opponent goes b6. This is a line that I've played a million times. I kind of like just keeping it simple here with bishop f4 because I know no other openings besides the London. But I probably should just take the whole center with e4. It doesn't matter. It's okay. Bishop b7. I go e3, e6, c4, knight up, knight c3, knight up again, and my knight comes up, and I have a lot of space. My opponent has a nice feed and cut out bishop, and in all honesty, I'm probably just slightly better here. Bishop b4. I like to go 8. I don't know why I went. A3 was also stupid. I shouldn't bother. I should play like queen c2 or bishop d3 or something. A3 was dumb. And the reason why it's dumb is because I don't need to like force this. What I should be doing is like queen c2, and like if he takes here now, like I can take back with the queen, and now my pawns aren't doubled, because normally when doubled pawns you get like some b file action, you get like some play with the c pawns, but in these positions we don't get any play with the c pawns. So I probably should have gone like queen c2 or something, but instead a3, it forced the matter. Bishop c3, pawn takes, knight e4. I go queen c2. I thought this was very natural. I'm just simply defending my pawn, and I'm attacking the knight. So f5. Since I develop my bishop, bishop d3, knight e7, and I decided to go for this interesting move, knight d2, which I thought was interesting. I could have kept it very like positional and easy with like castles, but I'm kind of getting to this like more like aggressive way of playing with this move like knight d2, because after my opponent obliges, he wins a pawn. But I thought, okay, rook b1, I'm gonna at least pick up the pawn down there, and I thought that I was doing quite well here because I mean his king is kind of open. And then he played this move, and I was like, I probably shouldn't take on g7, because then the knight g6, and so instead I played bishop rook g3, and my plan's kind of already fallen apart here. He goes bishop h5, another inaccuracy. He's supposed to go back to b7 or to e4. He goes back to h5 though, and I kind of can't take the pawn anymore. Like if I take, I thought knight g6, and then I'm like, what am I doing here, right? What am I doing here? Best move like bishop e5 and like go in for like this line at the very least, and I'm really, this doesn't look good. This just doesn't look good, and I don't want to play like this. So I decided not to take the pawn on g7, and I instead played a much worse move than taking the pawn on g7. What I'm supposed to do, I was supposed to play bishop e5, and then I'm gonna win the pawn pretty easily, and I'm probably slightly better. Instead I go bishop e2, and I'm already like losing. Bishop e2 is not a good move. The reason why is just I shouldn't be trading off my bishop here. First of all, like that's a decent bit of my my advantage. And after bishop e2, I take back with the queen, another bad move. I thought this was like an idea, because I mean I'm trying to come up here, I'm trying to like get some play over on these pawns, I'm trying to win back my pawn. That's like my main idea. And I thought, okay, I might have some play on his king here. This game has so many mistakes and misses in it that it gets a little crazy. He immediately makes another mistake with knight g6. And after bishop g5, I considered this move bishop g5, but I thought queen c8, and I was like, what am I doing here, right? Like the computer says h4, h5 ideas, but even after like not h6, but I thought, I just didn't see this. I didn't think that this was anything interesting or decent. Like he can do whatever, I thought, and I couldn't really believe that this was like good for me. So I didn't go for this, and instead I played queen a4. I mean queen a5. I mean queen h5. My bad. I'm completely missing my notation. But like queen h5, and I thought, okay, well, what I'm doing, I'm like targeting the knight. I'm like threatening him. I'm threatening to take the knight, and I'm doing some interesting stuff here. And my opponent simply has castles, and my attack is over. My attack is over. Like here, you can probably just take. I mean, it looks like I have something, but I don't have anything. Like, at the very least, rook f6, and he's fine permanently. And I should have seen that, but instead I didn't, and that's kind of like the theme for this game. I was only looking at, like, I was like, oh, this isn't good, because like queen h4, and I like win the pawn. And I was looking at like these types of lines, but at the end of the day, I'm actually just like worse here. My opponent doesn't find it. He plays king f7, which is a move that makes a lot of sense, simply because, right, he's defending the knight, he's coming up, and he's connecting the rook to the queen, the most important part. So now after takes, it'd be a big blunder because this move, and the rook is defended. So after king f7, I'm like, okay, I need to get my pieces into the game, right? So I played king d2. Thought this was very good move. Very good move. King d2. Not king e2. I don't like king e2 as much because one, now the bishop is hanging with check, right? And 2, now the queen can't come back here if it needs to in the future. So I thought king d2 makes most of my sense work, and I'm bringing my rook up, and this move like seemed like the right move, and yeah, it is. It's the right move. Very nice that I spotted that. My opponent goes here, solidifying his position to defend this pawn if the queen ever has to move. So my bishop isn't attacking it, which is another idea in this line. I have to bring my rook. There's literally nothing else. I don't see any reason why I would do anything else. Queen g8. Okay. Not a move I really estimate. I don't really understand that move either. I was thinking like, okay, he moves his queen up somewhere. He defends everything, and like he's probably slightly better here. And I'm right. But it's only minus 0.1. I'm always like trying to like calculate these like rook sacrifices where I get in. Like, that's why he played queen g8. Like, if he does nothing, if he goes here, rook g6, takes here, check here, and I'm winning the rook, which is a very interesting line. Actually, even here, I have bishop g5 check, which might be even better, just picking up the queen. It's not better, actually. One is mate in 15, and the other is +6. But, like, I'm always threatening that. So he has to be careful, and I'm keeping the position alive, which is what I like. I'm liking that I do here. And queen g8... it stops rook g6. Rook g6 doesn't work now because here he has, like, I thought king e7, but actually king f8 is even better. The pawn is now not hanging, and I am probably just losing. Instead, I go in the center. Okay, I'm going to come in the center with this move d5. And I thought this was very natural, but for some reason I just, like, not that move. This move doesn't work because of queen f5. And I'm with better. But I even thought that he could, like, I don't know what I thought, in all honesty. I played this game like an hour ago, but for some reason I've already forgotten like all of my all of my ideas. That move I thought was very interesting, but it doesn't really work. Queen g8, what I should be doing here, I have actually a couple moves that keep advantage. Queen f3 is one of them, which is very interesting. Like, not one that I ever expected, because, I mean, like, I thought, okay, well, this, and, I mean, I guess I can take that there, but, you know what, whatever, I decided to go with d5. Also, bishop g5, h4, there's a ton of lines here that actually, like, give white a strong advantage, but, like, h4, I have no idea what it does. Bishop g5, like, what does bishop g5 do? And I was like, I just couldn't like believe that had any merit. So d5 I thought was very natural. He goes with this move rook f8, and now the only move, I don't even understand the idea. The only move is h4, and I do not know why my mouse is doing that. Why is my mouse doing that? Please stop. Please stop doing that. Okay, whatever. The only move is h4, and I don't even understand the idea. Like, what if he does nothing? What's my threat? Queen f3 and knight e4. I can't take on g7. That's not correct. That's not what the engine says. I have to take the knight, and after g6, I'm winning after h5. That's the idea of h4. Okay, that's insane. I was not expecting h4, queen f3, h5. That was not my... I did not think that would work. That does not look like it works at all. But I guess it does. Instead, I played queen f3 first. My idea is I want to capture this pawn and like come in over here and like start brutalizing his pawns in that corner. It seems like a very interesting idea. I quite like it, actually. My opponent goes e5. Okay. In all honesty, I missed this move. Bishop g5 is obviously the only move. I'm down a pawn here, but I'm actually equal, which is kind of insane. The only move is king e8. Yeah, that makes sense. It's pretty obvious that that's the only move. Actually, this move looks a little interesting, but it fails due to bishop takes, king takes, and rook g7, which is a fork of the king and the queen. King e8, and I mess up here. I don't realize what I'm supposed to do, and what I'm supposed to do, I have to reroute my queen again. I have to come back around, like go for like some tactics on these pawns over here. Like queen d1 is the only move. Also h4 is still an idea, but we've already established I'm not going to be able to see that. And instead I go queen h5. I'm like, okay, I'm pinning the knight again. I might have some like play here, but this is just a waste of time because I just went queen f3 from queen h5, and now the position doesn't change. I'm just losing, and my opponent goes here. Very good move, stopping the pin, and I'm actually kind of busted here. I go f4 because I kind of have to. I'm trying to open it up. Like after ef4, I might get some play over here, and I'm praying that I have something, but I don't. Nothing works here. Nothing works here. And e4, which I was like, oh, what the hell, e4? How did I miss that move? e4. I mean, he just locks the position. What am I doing now? And I'm like, God, that's terrifying. Oh no. And I play a bad move. I play bishop h4. Again, a bad move. I found the right idea eventually. I found this queen d1 idea to like wrap around. That's the best move here, queen d1. But bishop h4 I thought was also kind of interesting because I'm opening up my rooks. I might have some like sacrificing ideas in the future. I don't even know what I saw here. Bishop h4 is kind of stupid. Bishop h4 is kind of stupid. He even has knight h4. But instead he has another miss. This move c6. Like, and I'm like, wait a second. Can't I don't have like a lot of like interesting ideas, like takes? And like his idea is obviously like queen c4, right? And he's like getting some play over here. Then I'm like, you know what? I think now is the time to sack my rook. And I take here. And I'm like, okay, this is it. I have to like pray to mate him, because like, oh, the king doesn't actually have many squares. This are all taken up, and the king really doesn't have any squares. HG is the only move that keeps advantage, of course. I go queen g6, and my opponent plays the wrong move. He has to play rook f7, which is terrifying. Rook f7 is a very scary move to play because like, I thought like queen d6, and I'm like mating him in like a million different lines. Actually, I missed this move, queen d3, and I'm just losing. But instead of doing that, he goes queen f7, and it's actually a draw. I managed to make a draw with my first brilliant move of the game. Queen takes d6, sacrificing my bishop, because at the end of the line, I'm actually winning. I'm winning after rook h4, but it's insane. It's insane why I'm winning. Rook h4. I do not see why I'm winning at all, and I play a bad move. I play this move c7. -5 immediately after the move queen a2, which I saw. I saw this move queen a2. But I'm like, is it really all that good? I thought, okay, well, I run over here. He comes up. And I guess, yeah, I'm just losing. But maybe I don't go up, like maybe after like check I go, I don't know, like here. No, but then whatever. You know what? I'm stupid. We've established that queen a2 is winning, but he finds queen d7, another move that I missed. And I'm like, wait. Oh no, queen d7. He's pinning my queen to my king. I'm like losing. I completely missed this pin. Oh, and there's, by the way, if you hear in the background, there's football going on in the house. So apologies, but I can't really stop that. Sunday night football, big thing in America. I play the only move here though. I steal my nerves. I play the only move, queen c8. queen c8. And this is my second brilliant move of the game. Queen takes c8, and I have a draw. And it's not actually a hard draw. It's just queen e5. It's just queen e5. And the draw is simple. Queen e5, I mean, like, he doesn't have any squares. If he comes up here, I cannot move stuff like this and I win. That's just mate 1. And if king d8, I just take on g7. And there, he has nothing here. Like, he can take on h2, but then I'm actually like mating him after like this, and I just walk up to him and I mate him. Like, this is insane. He has to go queen d7, and I'm like slightly better, but I missed this idea, and instead after this I just take on g7 first, and queen d8. There's nothing I can do. My queen is pinned to my king again, and yeah, I resign here because there's nothing I can do. I'm just down a rook. So a little bit of accidental brilliance in this game. I'm not gonna do another game because I've actually kind of run out of time. 16 minutes is long enough. So yeah, this game was a little rough, and I play this game. Oh my god, I play this game at 66% accuracy. Like, terrible stuff. Game Review thought I was like a 1700 because Game Review is insane, but 66% accuracy, like, that's like one of the worst accuracies I've played with like this month. that's pretty bad. Yeah, that's all I have for you today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys found this entertaining, instructive, all of the above. If you did, remember to like, subscribe, do all the normal things YouTubers tell you to do, and yeah, good evening and good night.